So speaking of just lack of creativity and everything being a mess in AEW, we covered this video. We watched it on PWT. Tone announces the creation of the new AEW National Championship, bruv. And then how do they determine the winner? A casino gauntlet. Now, for all 360 plus watching across X and YouTube, hit like, subscribe, become a member for 99 cents, get access to my bonus shows. The casino gauntlet is a stupid match. It's fun, it's exciting, but in kayfabe and IRL, the stipulation makes no sense. And I've broken this down a number of times, but it especially makes no sense because it's like, so you're just having a casino gauntlet. Like, there's no pecking order in AEW. You can't tell who's the number one contender ever unless they go, here's a number one contender match. But then they insert people in it who haven't gotten a win all year. So you're like, well, how the fuck are they in a number one contender match? It's just terrible creative. It sucks. It stinks. This is a clown show. The casino gauntlet makes no sense because we're supposed to believe that the first two guys could pin each other, but you got 20 guys waiting back there to potentially get in this match. And if the first two guys pin each other, you don't even get a chance to win it. So then why would we care about announcements of who's in the match? The first two guys could just end it. Unless Tony Khan does that, where the first two guys end it, and then we all go, but then the fans will boo him. So just make the match elimination style, Tone, or make it so that the match doesn't start until everyone's entered the ring, because in the casino gauntlet, nobody ever ends up getting pinned until everyone's in the ring, for sakes. So, Full Gear, there will be the first national champion. So this is just the worst idea ever because of the reason I just pointed out, but also because of the NWA, which we'll get to in a second, but someone else break it down. And I also broke this down a little bit on the last show, but somebody put out a tweet saying, I know I have it here. So this guy here, the Ronnie brand, Ronnie, shout this guy out. He says they had an all-Atlantic title that was to be defended outside the U.S. and had a Japanese flag on it. Exactly. Japan's on the Pacific. They changed it to the international title to fix that error and stopped the rule they had of defending it elsewhere. MJF wins it and proclaims it's the American title just because he's American. It's later unified with the Continental Championship. And again, international/continental title. Like, what the difference, bro? So it becomes the unified title, worst title name and concept ever. Now Tone wants to bring back the rules he first had in place for the All-Atlantic title, for a new title that's called the national title. Even though it's national specific to a region, it should be international. No, bro, beyond that. But he's already unified that belt. And not to mention, bro, he's like, New Japan guys can challenge for our national title. So national meaning like the nation, right? It's like a U.S. heavyweight title. Or am I wrong in my interpretation? Tone is sitting there like, no, it means like any nation or okay, it's the international title then. I don't know what is going on here in this company. It's so Bush League and confusing and stupid. And he's just breaking out the national title. Now, some people have conspiracy theorized, okay, that this is to get back at NWA. The shockwave thing. We talked about that earlier. Now, again, I think that was an internet mark thing. I don't think people were actually planning to doing a show called Shockwave. I think AEW was likely talking to Fox and shit, but who knows if the Shockwave thing was real or not. So I just think if that was the case, they would have just made another show with a different name, and then they would have yapped up the national title earlier than that. It just seems like that was a couple years ago. I don't know if that would, if that's the reason to do with NWA, but they jacked the national title. And some NWA wrestlers got pissed about it, including Bryan Idol. So Bryan Idol makes this post here about Austin Idol, and he says Austin Idol's the first ever national champion and basically the creator of it all. And he is still active in the NWA today, which he is. Okay. And then some other wrestlers. So here, Mike Mondo, who dude, he's jacked up, daddy. He was in the Spirit Squad. Do you guys remember Mike Mondo? I think he trained OVW. right? And he goes, let me be clear. There's only one NWA and there's only one prestigious national championship that holds legit lineage and has for decades. So to Tony Khan or anyone else confused, here's the legit title with the company it belongs to and the legit national champion. My name is Mike Mondo. Now, I appreciate them standing up because it's getting hype on NWA. People are talking about NWA. And Tony is just a fucking hack. He parades Tony Schiavone out there and goes, see, look at our national title now, adding another belt. So hacky. They have this belt. You already have multiple like continental, international, Atlantic belt. Who gives a fuck, Tony? Make one of your other belts matter before introducing more. And then Schiavone's out there like a hostage video. Yeah, when I worked in the territories. And meanwhile, it's like, what the fuck? You have Dave Meltzer shitting on Billy Corgan. Oh, well, it's Corgan. I mean, that's a joke. And then you're calling him on the phone. We know you guys are just trashing Billy Corgan and shit. I'm glad these NWA wrestlers are getting more hype on them. I might check out some of these fucking shows. They got the Tonga Twins, for Christ's sakes. Your boy Phil loves the Tonga Twins. It is like, okay, imagine AEW starts a TV title, then another Fed goes, oh, there's the TV title. But it's the fact Tone made that video with Tony Schiavone talking about the history of the national title and then saying we're creating a national title. You can't fucking do that, bro. The NWA guys are like, no, you mean this belt we have over here? Fuck you, dude. You're garbage and you're unoriginal. Your belts don't mean shit. And we're trying to build something over here. Now you're just trying to scoop up our shit. Fuck you. And I don't blame them for being mad. And it gets more hype on their shit. And it's wrestlers calling out Tony Khan and AEW and shit, which is good. More and more of that is happening. There's a reason for that. There's a fucking reason for that, guys. What's like, hey, sickos, what's more likely? That it's a shit show and a bunch of workers are working the money mark? Or is it likely that, no, it's just everyone's just hating. Everyone is just making up in our heads he's a clown because the Fed. Yeah, the NWA guys really hate Tony Khan because they pitched to be a fucking WWE ID and WWE doesn't want that. And so, yeah, they really are just sticking up for the Fed, man. They're all shills for the Fed. Like, what's the excuse, man? It's just goofy, okay? It's that fucking simple. And it's unoriginal bullshit. And Tony Khan's just trying to jack wrestling heritage and buy his way into the history books. And I've said this too, and people got mad at me on Twitter. They're like, oh, it's just wrestling. It's like, man, no, fuck you. How many sicko reports from what is it called? I think it's called Voices of Wrestling or whatever. Sorry if I'm calling out the wrong publication. It's just all these sickos, Bix and Span, and all these fucking weirdos writing all of this crazy shit all the time about the Fed. I just put out a tweet saying, dude, Tony Khan fucking has bought his history. Like, bro, he approaches dead wrestlers' wives so they can come on TV and go, well, my husband would have loved this. And he fucking is signing up kids like the Rizzler and this fucking Brody Lee's kid, which is like kind of taking advantage of a fucking kid, bro. You signed him for when he's 18 or whatever. And then you're just hijacking and this is what I mean. Tony's scraping the bottom of the barrel. He's going back to NWA, stealing from NWA now. He stole from TNA. He stole from WCW. He stole from ECW. He stole from WWE. He stole from All Japan and New Japan. He's out of shit to steal from. So now he's just stealing from NWA. What the fuck, dude? It's just like, come on. Like, I don't know what to tell you other than this guy's fucking creatively bankrupt and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just spiraling, introducing more belts, man. And so, some NWA wrestlers, they fucking went off on him. So Bryan Idol claims AEW's national championship is retaliation after NWA lawsuit fallout. So with the Shockwave thing, okay, this is what people were talking about, that there is a lawsuit, I guess. And remember when Tony Khan was yelling about, ask them, it happened in court. The Friday Night Wars in court. Rampage beat SmackDown or whatever the fuck. Bryan Idol's claiming here that this is the lamest thing in the history of wrestling. He was speaking to Ringside News directly. He said AEW and Tony Khan are trying to use the NWA National Championship as one of their belts and pretending as if we don't currently have the originator and original champion Austin Idol and the current champion Mike Mondo on the active roster. The use of the word Shockwave in programming as a name of a program was originally owned rights by NWA. That's why it never came out for AEW when they announced that it would, because they got hit with a lawsuit, Idol explained. So I guess Billy Corgan hit them with a fucking lawsuit when the rumors came out about Shockwave. Now, we talked about this earlier in the show. We deliberated. Myself and chat, we were like, hey, did Swerve say the word Shockwave? Like, Swerve talks shit about Fox, so we know that there's talks there. But, like, did the marks make up Shockwave? Hey, there's some proof that it maybe that was actually fucking what it was going to be called or whatever. Then why didn't another show materialize that was just called like Lightning Strike or whatever, right? Full Force, AEW Full Force. I'm jumping Jeff Farmer and I'm going full force. Why didn't like that become a show then? But clearly Idol knows if Billy Corgan threw a lawsuit their way, like you aren't going to do that. Dave Meltzer, we heard the other day being like fucking, oh, Billy Corgan, that's a fucking joke. Who cares? NWA, that's like, who gives a shit?
You know, poor people don't like AEW.
So just sticking up for Tony Khan, his son, dude, like that's what's crazy. And we're starting to puzzle piece this all together. And there's a beef there with NWA. And also, remember when Tony Khan brought in the NWA title in that early on in AEW, poached Thunder Rosa and Eddie Kingston and all the guys that were cool over there, and then fucking, well, a handful of them, Ricky Saints, right? He poached all them from NWA, threw them to the curb. He abused, took advantage of so many people. Tony Khan doesn't give a fuck about the future of pro wrestling. They just got rid of their only training ring that they had. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that. He just gives wrestlers lots of money. That's not good for the wrestling business. I don't care what anybody says. Just giving people lots of money. Yeah, that's always been good for society. Fuck you. No, like he doesn't care. He brings people's widows on and shit. Why? You think he's not paying them? He was paying Rita Chatterton. He's fucking paying these Luthez's wife widow to come and be like, oh, you'll love this. Sure, why not? Fucking loves people giving me money because he loved me and he wants me to be taken care of. He'd fucking allow me to say he would have loved this for me to get money from this fucking money mark. That's what he loved, was working marks. That's what Luthez loved more than anything. Trust me. And his wife knows that. Again, man, he says this is retaliation for AEW already currently losing a lawsuit to NWA over the use of intellectual property. So now Bryan Idol's like, dude, no, they're losing this lawsuit currently over the use of our intellectual property. But here's the thing. They didn't fucking use it for anything. That's why is Bryan actually on point? I'd love to know. And shout out Bryan Idol. So now they are trying to stir the pot by having Tony Khan's Richie Rich announce this tonight. Khan, it's bad enough you were clearly a money mark who bought his way into the business, but even worse that you would blatantly try to steal the legacy of another existing company because you perceive it to be something you can buy your way out of in court. Pathetic. Tony, this is beneath you. Stick to what made you famous. Small, weird hands in the pocket wrestlers and other local VFW guys that you put in main events. Stop being petty, bro. Austin Idol is the first ever national champion, is basically the creator. He's still active, so putting that over. So damn, dude, like, are they getting sued for like pitching Shockwave to networks and shit? Like, was that not allowed? I just really don't know what was allowed, and it's curious. So shout out Bryan Idol for that. And so he's accused of hijacking NWA legacy after AEW National Championship reveal. He's hijacking legacy, and this is why it was like that. Look at this schmarmy fucking prick, 1 cup tone, because he knows about 3 cups. But here's the thing. He was hijacking the history by having Tony Schiavone talk about it like it happened in AEW, or like talk about, well, my time there, who cares? You're a fucking lowly ring announcer. Or commentator, rather. So Bryan Idol slams AEW over ratings collapse, 400 million and no real crowd. So fucking true. He just smashed him to oblivion. And then Bryan Idol was like, we're now at the point where 2 televised wrestling promotions have resorted to using the NWA for relevance in the same week. Could it be that, as usual, we are winning way more than anyone gives us credit for? We are only getting started. The NWA has so much more to show you. I'm pulling for the little guys, man. I'm fucking pulling for the little guys. And so Joey Janela gets caught up in this shit, right? Because Bryan Idol was taking shots at everyone. He's like, imagine spending 400 million a year on wrestling and you can't even get a real crowd or TV audience to watch. It's so pathetic. It's disgusting. WWE probably dies laughing every night looking at what those costs are. Shout out Billy Corgan. He's probably laughing at this too. And I'm telling you, Tony Khan's little weaselly shit has garnered him bad karma. This is why, like, all of a sudden, this like viral pedo catcher video, the guys watching Dynamite, or like this guy with people chained up. He's just wearing an AEW sweater in a picture with Tony Khan. There's a reason that, like, because it's bad karma, it's bad juju, all this bad wrestling. Listening to these people taking advantage of you, Tone. Their bad juju's like worn off on you, and then now it's fucking spreading and shit. I'm telling you, dude. This is Joey Janela firing back at Bryan Idol here for talking shit about him, which in fairness, Janela's not even there in AEW, hasn't been for a while, but Bryan Idol's like, Marco Stunt, small. What? Orange Cassidy, weird hands in pockets, wrestler style. What? Janela Gage, local VFW heroes who were given main event glory. What? That's AEW's legacy. Hope that clears it up. They weren't given main event glory, but Janela's like, Bryan, we've been cool, I thought, for a long while. Never any issues with you. I haven't wrestled for AEW for 4 years. I don't know why you're dragging my name into this, trying to trash me, you crybaby meltdown on Tony Khan. And then he says, NWA's tried to book me on many different occasions, including a main event versus Cardona, but I declined every time because I think it's an extremely lame product that no one watches. Sorry, I guess I didn't want the main event glory there. I don't know, bro. Is Janela drawing still? I just don't know. Like, two guys. Listen, NWA, I mean, Joey's just sticking up for himself. I'm okay with that. NWA is just sticking up for themselves. I'm okay with that. Two dudes exchanging words, whatever. But it's like, don't start pulling nobody's watching card on each other, okay? Because, I mean, we could just chalk that up to across the board. I bet your guys' numbers are all... I bet NWA's numbers, we could find ways they compare to AEW's in way more ways than not at this current state, or whatever Indie Joey's doing, right? I'm sure NWA is comparable to that shit. So, oh, man. So Tony Khan, man, it's just such a bullshit, crazy company that nobody respects or takes seriously. And why? Because he doesn't take it seriously. He doesn't take the future of pro wrestling seriously. He doesn't take the history of pro wrestling seriously. He's trying to hijack and create his own history, just like Dave's doing. Dave tried to hijack the history books of pro wrestling. That's what he did for 50 fucking years. The internet caught up to him. Now he's a fucking joke. He would have been earlier if people had the fucking internet. I maintain that. Tony Khan, it's a fucking clown show. It all falls on the cult leader, and this is why they're not willing to admit any of the faults, because it goes on this guy, and he puts on this fake fucking smile, and he's a billionaire's kid, and it's fine. It is what it is, man. Like, do your thing, buy your way into the history books, pretend like everything's okay, while the iceberg is fucking colliding into the Titanic, or the life boats, like the life rafts in this instance, right? But ultimately, Tony Khan needs criticism. He needs to listen to criticism, and he needs the diehard sickos. But they don't care. They like this shit. And if AEW went out of business, they would just go watch move highlights on YouTube. They would not care. They don't actually care about like AEW or the business of it or what pro wrestling's actually about. They've been taught that, wrestling's about guys really hurting each other and shit. And this is why you see everyone. I always say this, like even NWA, they're feeling themselves so much. They're talking shit. Like everyone is feeling a wrestling boom, but Ring of Honor and AEW right now, and Nuge. And there's no coincidence. And it's all because of Tony Khan. So this is a segment within a segment, and it is called The Best Guy. Where the fuck is my drop? The Best Guys, Tony Khan.
The Best Guys, Tony Khan.
So let's EFAP this video here, guys.
We are live.
And he's got one cup. Now the Triple Cup song, of course, a smash hit, number one in the iTunes charts, if you count the max numbers. And Tony Khan's gone down to 2 and singular cups. You guys think he heard that song? You guys think he heard a triple cup tone or what?
And we're just minutes away from AEW Collision. It's a Saturday night. We're on TNT. We're on HBO Max. And tonight, we find out who has the advantages in the blood and guts matches. We're just days from blood and guts. Collision starts minutes from right now.
But guys, notice he's taking your boy Phil Mark's advice too. Like I said it, dude, he needs to get in, get out, be excitable, plug the couple of things that you're trying to get over on this show and get the fuck out. Maybe even hire an editor. But when he sits there for 13 minutes and just drones on about, well, the Continental Champion, and then, the All-American, All-Atlantic Champion had a great battle 2 weeks ago against CMLL's Hechicero, and he's here tonight to do battle against... It's just like, bro, who is this for? Like, you're just talking to the sickos who are already going to tune in and watch your shit. They're already going to do that. Like, what the fuck? So this one only 3 minutes long, still a little long, but he's more excitable. 1 cup, not triple cups. And I'll give him bonus points. He is seemingly just getting to the point a lot quicker. Let's play this again from the top.
We are
Look
live.
at the excitement.
And we're just minutes away from AEW Collision. It's a Saturday night. We're on TNT. We're on HBO Max. And tonight, we find out who has the advantages in the blood and guts matches. We're just days from blood and guts. Collision starts minutes from right now. And I have an announcement about tonight's show. We found out that the #1 contenders to the World Tag Team title that's currently held by Brodito are going to be...
Brodito, look at, he's excited.
The FTR. FTR have the title shot at Full Gear. It's locked in. They're the #1 contenders. But FTR, they're competitors. They are regular fixtures here on AEW Collision. They're a huge part of the show. And FTR are going to be taking on an open challenge tonight. FTR are going to be fighting a top tag team who has a lot to prove, a team that's been red hot, a team that picked up the win last week, that's been winning the last few weeks.
He wants to talk about, see, they won last week. They've won like the last few weeks. They win. It's great. Bro, just fucking get to it. We get it. They win. We assume that. Fucking get to it. He was right there. But he wants to go back to his old ways. All good.
Is a group.
We're all creatures of habit.
The Bang Bang Gang. Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. They're a top tag team. Now they're a top trio with a...
So he sits there and puts over how much of a... They're just an over tag team. Now they're an over trios. You just fucking put them over as a tag team. Why you just switch to trios right away? And not only that, they're a top team. Bro, they just are like getting their wind back under their sails after being... Everyone was gone. The Bang Bang Gang is, one half of the Guns are broken up. Juice just came back. Jay's nowhere to be found. They just added Ace Austin, which that actually rules. I fucking love Ace Austin in the BCGs. But like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Ace Austin and Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, they're going to fight FTR.
And 2 guys named Austin in the same group. Ace Austin and Austin Gunn. That's another Austin, not the Austin I just talked about, who's in a tag team. They're in a trios. Austin and Juice. But this is Juice and Austin, not Austin and Juice.
Tonight in a tag team match here on AEW.
Tony! Oh, is this a little live stream we got going on? I think this is great timing.
It's the TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, he's so cringe. It's like Sesame Street, Doug. Fletcher, don't get any on you. You've been doing good. Don't get any on you in this fucking thing. I swear Tone did this one to make the PWT universe happy. And I'm sticking to it. That's the fucking narrative. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to fucking
The best
tell
guys,
you why.
Tony Khan.
It's way shorter. He's getting right to the point. He seems more excitable. That sounds like all my critiques. And Kyle Fletcher rules. So he brings Fletcher on this fucking thing. Oh, this was designed for your boy Philly Phil right now.
Forgive me. Did I hear the words open challenge coming out of your mouth?
You did. You did, champ.
Me, the TNT champion, also not in that sentence. I think that's a little bit of a shame, don't you?
Well,
I mean, I am here. Am I not? I'm sporting my lovely AEW tracksuit. I'm ready to go as I always am.
Well, I think it's really great, Kyle. You're a fighting champion.
Of course it's great. Well, I think it's really great. It's great how great you are.
And you proved it when you accepted the challenge of Mark Briscoe.
Of course.
I thought that was a big thing because after your match at Wrestle Dream, I mean, I thought you...
Why don't you look at him and talk to him, bro? This is shit we made fun of in WWE. No, remember like the sickos and AEW in general? The AEW literally made fun of this on their TV show. And all the fans, when people are looking at the monitor, but then they're like looking off screen and they're talking to each other off, Like, we would roast that. Everybody roasts that. They do it in AEW. Tony's doing this. This is supposed to be like a real life video. He's looking at the camera. Why the fuck isn't he just looking at Fletcher and talking to him? It's so phony and cheesy and just incredulous.
Took a bit of a shortcut to win the match. You did hit Mark Briscoe in the nuts. And
I think you are grossly taking things out of context.
Well, I mean, with this.
Someone in chat just said, "You a whole grown man talking like a kid. LMAO, you good, gang. You're retarded, okay?"
This next match is a no DQ match, and if Mark
Goofy, yeah, I'm talking like a kid. I just said incredulous. Your turn.
Briscoe does not get the win, he'll have
Incredulous.
to join the Don Callis family.
You're incredulous, sir. Indubitably.
I am very much looking forward to. I hope you are as well.
I'm looking forward
but
to
I
the
am
match.
still here, and Full Gear is a full 2 weeks away, Tony.
Oh.
I am here and I'm ready to go. I do not want to go into that match with any rust whatsoever. So open.
See, Fletcher gets it. He's talking to Tone while like presenting to the camera. Fucking Tone, dude.
Challenge gets my brain cooking. What do you think about tonight, huh?
You would do a match tonight? We're minutes away from starting.
Hey, I can get my gear on in like 5 minutes stat.
Well, I was just talking about how the Bang Bang Gang have been red hot 2 weeks.
So who tuned into this that wasn't going to watch Collision? Some fucking soccer hooligans? Some like Jacksonville Jaguars, some Jaguars fans tune into this? Oh, what's the owner's kid saying or what? We're just adding this match last minute. Why didn't you do this on the TV show? Why isn't there a segment where he goes in the office and says, dude, you announced this thing earlier on Twitter, on social media. I saw it. I'm the TNT champ. I'll get my, I'll be ready later tonight. And then like later at the top of the hour, Fletcher has a match or whatever. And then you show us this on the show. It's just exclusively for IWC sickos. That's what this show's for at this point. I
In a row, we've seen Ace Austin picking up wins. This guy's very impressive. Would you put the TNT Championship on the line against the red hot Ace Austin tonight?
Let me think. I absolutely would. Thank you very much, Tony Khan.
Wow.
See you guys soon.
That's going to be a great match. That is a fighting champion. You have to give a lot of credit to the proto-star Kyle Fletcher. He's a fighting champion, and before Full Gear, 2 weeks from tonight, Kyle Fletcher will put the TNT title on the line against Ace Austin.
That fucking rules.
FTR
That does rule, dude. I like Fletcher. I like Ace Austin.
will take on Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. We'll have the advantage battle matches. We know Jamie Hayter will fight.
What the fuck, bro? It should have ended when Fletcher left. I'm just going to keep pitching these other matches. He just waited there till I waved him over for his little segment.
Sky Blue. And if necessary, Harley Cameron will fight Tekla. Plus, John Moxley versus Roderick Strong will decide who has the advantage at Blood and Guts. There's so much to look forward to. It all happens tonight on AEW Collision, and it starts just minutes from now. Thanks for watching AEW, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my God, bro! You can't go minutes from now. Thanks, AEW Collision, 8 p.m. Eastern. Bro, you just said it's a few minutes from right fucking now. Holy shit. He always does this. It's like in that video where he's like, and he's done talking. He can just end the video, but then he goes, and thank you, AEW, and thank you, TikTok. And it's like, dude, you just thanked yourself and TikTok. Just fucking end the video.
7 p.m. Central tonight.
Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, which is minutes away, which is what I just said, but it's 8 Eastern, if you can't tell. Minutes away. Holy. And then he points, you good? You good? Remember last time when he's like, give me the countdown. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a segment within the segment called The Best Guys, Tony Khan.
Guys, Tony Khan.
And everyone all together now, Ichi Nissan. For AEW News.